Hello, how are you guys today? I am a lady of a certain age. I'm not a professional makeup artist and I like to play with makeup. So with that disclaimer out there, today I'm tapping into this new Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette, and what you see right now is not purple. There's no purple eyeshadow on right now. But I did come up with a couple of other looks that incorporated some of the purples. I've used every color in this palette for 3 different looks. I would absolutely love to know your thoughts on this palette. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I tend to upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Occasionally I throw in some other videos depending on what kind of content I have. Feel free to follow me over on Instagram, Sheli Tsunami. And let's play. Let's get into this palette. Let's see what we can come up with. I'll be right back. Look number 1 with the Urban Decay Ultraviolet, Naked Ultraviolet, Naked Urban Decay Ultraviolet. The Ultraviolet palette, UD. Anyway, hey, I'm not a professional makeup artist, and I'm not sponsored or affiliated or endorsed, but I do like playing with makeup, and I'm so glad you're here. I watched a number of videos. If you've seen any of my other recent videos, I mentioned that I was in Las Vegas the weekend that this was released, which was like, I think the 19th of June. And this was not available for purchase in stores, so I had to order it. And I think I ordered it from the Sephora website and not the Urban Decay website. But anyway, regardless, I ordered it. It came in. It's been sitting on my vanity, and I've had time to watch a few videos. And you know how when everybody tells you something and you just, no, that can't be. I thought with all of these bolder purples right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see. There's 5 kind of bolder purples. There's a darker kind of cool tone brown, and there's some warmer colors. And then there's this weird green minty color right here in the center called Lucid. Anyway, I thought these purples would give me something bold and fun. And so I went in with these brighter colors right here. I went in with these purples right here. Kind of, I guess I would say maybe the warmer toned purples. But I used these first thinking this is going to give me some crazy wash of color that I'm going to be able to take off because I'm not going anywhere, but it just seems a little excessive when you're walking around with really crazy eyeshadow on. Anyway, these are so pastel sheer, and I use today the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas eye primer. They're still very sheer. In fact, when I went to put this shade on with a brush, it was so sheer that I went back in with my finger because it gave me a little bit more payout. They're pretty colors. If you are a subtle wash of color kind of a person, especially in the summer or just in general, if you're okay with a little bit of color for work, but not necessarily crazy colors, electric colors, then this is great. This is not an electric palette so far. I am kind of inspired by it. I'm not disappointed in the sense that I don't like this look. It's just not what I was expecting. I got more from the Such a Gem palette than I think I have with this as far as the purples go. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, I don't wear a lot of pastel colors. You guys saw me with that Icy Fantasy palette, and that was a struggle. I'll link it because I fought with that one. But anyway, these colors, they're a simple wash of color, which has me rethinking what I'm going to do here today. You guys, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to come back with a second look and see if I can't get a little bit more creative, because I want a little creative, I think. So we're going to try that. I'll be right back. I have a big mess on my thumb because this Dollhouse like dual-ended liner, the liquid, it's only the second time I've used it, and I really feel like it dried out right away. So I was checking, and sure enough, it wasn't super liquidy. I mean, I got it to work, but I thought, you know, it's funny because when I put on this lucid minty green shade in here, man, my first thought was, okay, so we're doing a 60s look, because that just felt like frosted eyeshadow. But it's not really a frost though. I should probably swatch all of these, huh? I mean, it kind of has a little bit of shimmer. It's more like sidewalk chalk. It's more like that minty, like if you're gonna take the big green fat sidewalk chalk, that's kind of what it reminds me of. I mean, it looks okay. I had to apply it with my fingers. And that would just be like, if you want any kind of color payout, you really feel like your fingers, or maybe a damp brush would probably be your best bet. The overall look is fine. Like, I think it's kind of a fun date night. We've got this sort of smoky thing going on with the darker purples. I'm going to tell you something about this. Second to the darkest shade in here. This dark purple. Ooh, as I'm dropping it. The dark purple is, and I just put my finger in, it's called Purple Dust. I don't know what's weird about this formula, but I had to work to blend it. It just seems weird. I guess I've been using Juvia's Place lately, and I've been using other products, and I just haven't had to work quite so hard. So, I don't know. But I did end up getting kind of the color that I wanted. I sort of got the shape that I wanted. For whatever reason, my eyes are really poofy today, and I'm not really quite sure why, so I'm struggling with the hood on this eye is so prominent that I'm struggling with getting the shadow up high enough to cause it to kind of recede a little bit visually. I don't know if that makes sense or not. The colors ended up working pretty well together, and I was trying to do like something crazy. I literally was like, okay, I'm gonna go in with this toothpaste green in here, this minty green lucid color, and I'm gonna go with this dark color, and we're gonna see what it came up with. So I'm gonna use these two colors and that minty green weird color in here. Trippin' I used first. I like the way this turned out. I think it's kind of fresh. It's kind of fun. I think it would work for date night. As I got the eyeliner and the mascara on, it all came together. Oh, and I should tell you, while I did use the kohl side of the Dollhouse double-ended eyeliner along my bottom lashes, I did dust over the top of it, this purple dust shade. I just kind of stamped over the top of it, and I think that kind of smoked it out a little bit more. I mean, the emphasis is really on the eyes, and that's kind of what we're doing here. We're playing with eyeshadow. Okay, so you guys, it's okay. You know, I would do this again. I would do this if I was feeling a little, like, I think my husband will like this. I don't know. I guess we'll see. If he comments on the video, we'll see what he says about it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to come back with something different. I've used 7 of the 12 shades in here. I might just try a third look and use the remaining shades. I've got 5 shades that I haven't used yet. I'm going to throw them on my eyes. Let's see what I can come up with. I feel like I've got kind of an idea of what the formula is now, so let's see what I can come up with the last one. Be right back. Third and final look with the Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette, and it's fine. I used, and I lied the last time. I had already used, I think, 9 shades. I tried to use 5 shades. This one, I don't really know what this one is. This is called VRL. The VRL shade is a Why Bother. I think it looks beautiful in the pan, and I don't know if I've hard panned it and I need to scrape up the top layer or what, but this shade, as much as I thought it would be good, it was the sheerest swatch of nothingness. That is kind of a useless color to me. This one, when I swatched it, this color down here that I struggled with when I was trying to blend it, this actually swatched really pretty. But this particular look, I discovered this shade right here. It's the third one on the pan and it's called Dazed. This is by far my favorite shade. I couldn't tell that it was a duochrome by looking at it. This shifted kind of orangey, more of a like an apricot and a gold, and I really like this shade. The palette confuses me. Like, I don't feel like it's a consistent formula. I feel like it probably would hopefully apply more pigmented if you used a wet brush. Although I did try using a wet brush on this VRL. I tried to use a damp brush with this to get something, and it just didn't really do what I wanted it to. When you're in a mood for a simple wash of color, I think this palette is great. I really do. I like the way this looked. It's soft, it's subtle. There's nothing crazy about it. This is an everyday wearable look. In fact, I might even wear, I could even probably wear this to work. Like, this is just, my dog just shook. I think that there's some pretty shades in here. I wish this brown was maybe a little bit deeper. I do like these as sheer washes of pinks and purples. I think they're fine. That's just it. For, what did I pay for this? $49, I think? This palette is pulling 4.8 out of 5 stars. I think if you're not expecting hyper pigment, then okay. Like, I think that the shadows themselves, they blended, they performed, I got what I could out of them. But this is not an ultra pigmented palette. Just expect that. For $49, I'm not going to say that I have buyer's remorse, because frankly, I have not been buying all of the Urban Decay palettes. My husband bought me the Honey palette. I do have the Naked Heat palette. I have a few other ones. And then I've got some dupes, like W7, I think duped all of them, and I think I've got all the dupes. And they're fine. They're just fine. There's nothing, I don't look at this palette and go, oh my gosh, this is like the best thing ever. I wanted it for a long time. I think I had higher expectations for it. I don't know. You guys, I am never gonna get sponsored or endorsed because I'm honest. What I like about it, what I don't. Do I like this look? Yes, it's fine. It's fine. It works. I'm fine. I'll wear this rest of the day and it's totally fine. The other looks that I came up with, they're fine. This is one that just can be an easy go-to palette when you want easy. That's not offensive, right? I'm gonna go clean some brushes. I think these are all my dirty brushes from today. Okay, we finally got a lot of my garage cleaned out. I don't want to say all of it, but probably 3/4 of it. I finally got like the junk taken and donated, which was very liberating. Got a little home gym set up in there. So today was my first day of working out. I'm gonna try a 30-day of working out and a little bit more of a Mediterranean diet and working out for 30 days. I want to see what I can do with that. We're supposed to have a vacation. I don't think we're going anywhere, so I'm just doing it to see if that can help me feel a little bit better about myself. I have some work to do on myself, so I'm gonna try to work on that. Okay, I'll keep you guys posted. If it inspires you, fantastic. I'm thrilled. I know a lot of you wanted it. Did you fork up the $49 and pick this up? Are you gonna wait for it to get duped? Are you gonna wait for it to go on sale? Or are you thrilled with it? Are you gonna pass on it? I would love to know your thoughts on this Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette. I am gonna say that I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.